Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's Justin Chamness. This is the Saturday. This is the all new Saturday Shut Up Money Show. Now, we used to do the Shut Up Money Show on Saturdays. We haven't done it in a long time. We stopped probably early pandemic, but we're back now with the Saturday Shut Up Money Show at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. This is where we are really all shut up money. You know what that is? That's when you can tell all your doubters, your haters. Okay, it's when you can tell the bill collectors. All right, that's when you can tell the payday loan company, "Hey, shut up! I don't need you." Okay, right? So that's the shut up money, and we're all about here helping you get to that shut up money or that first deal or that next deal paycheck. So we're back. I'm excited. I have a lot of great things to share with you today, and I also want to open it up for Q&A, questions and answers. Hopefully, I have some answers for you if you've got questions. And I'm not a guru. I'm just like you. I know what I know, and I know I don't know what I don't know, and I'll tell you if I don't. But you can ask if you want. That's the deal. All right. I don't mind you asking if you don't mind me telling you I don't know sometimes. All right. So, I ran across a thought this week that I thought was pretty impactful, and I want to share it with you to start off with here on Saturday, and that is that. Let me see. I'm checking my electronics here. Sorry, guys. All right, that you have to ask for what you want, or you're gonna take what you get. Yeah. Doesn't that sound right in life? Let me say it again. You're going to have to ask for what you want, or you're going to take what you get. That's about right. In my experience, you're going to have to ask for what you want. Now, I've got some good stories that I can share about asking for what you want, but this is a big deal. Okay? You've got to be willing, if you want to be a solopreneur, if you want to get to the shut up money, you've got to be willing to start asking for what you want. Another great quality of a great entrepreneur or solopreneur is drastic honesty. Okay. I say drastic honesty. That's probably not the right words. Okay. It's probably like what do they call it? Complete honesty, total honesty. What's the word? That's not it either. Somebody let me know what that is. But yes, all about being honest. It's about asking for what you want, knowing what you want. Okay. I really do believe in this. Some people are waiting to make money or to get some money before they step out and do something. Okay. I do believe that you should do what you can with what you have right now today. Start asking now with what you have today for what it is that you want. Okay. I have something I want to share with everyone that is along these thought lines. And I want to share screens and show you where to find it. If you go to, let's see here. Let me share screens. I've got to figure out how to share the right screen here so everybody can see it. Okay. Let me see here. All right, hold on. All right, let me pull it up here again, guys. And then I'll drag it over here. All right, here we go. This is shutupmoney.com. And shutupmoney.com, I've got a free agreements package for you today if you want it. If you're not in the club and you see this video, you can click this button right here. Okay, click here. And you can open this up. If you're in the club, you can even come here and get this. That's absolutely true. There's the assignment agreement. There's the option to purchase with the lease terms agreement for the rent-to-own virtual wholesaling. There's the assignment addendum. There's my CYA tenant buyer disclosure. All right, but down here is a little bonus, and I want to share this with you today. because I don't think everybody's gotten a hold of this just yet. And you should get a hold of this, because if you're not working some type of plan in your life, then I would guess that the plan is working you. I'm just going to throw that out there. I could be wrong. It could be that everything's just working peachy keen for you. I know in my life, I know that I don't mean to be too heavy on a Saturday morning, but if I don't have a plan, the plan works me, and that's just how it works. I used to tell my sons, I've got 3 sons. I used to tell them, they're all adults now, but I used to tell them, hey, listen, if you don't manage your thoughts, if you don't manage your mind, if you don't manage your calendar, if you don't manage your day-to-day, if you don't manage what your life is about, someone else will. Absolutely. So if you don't ask for what you want, you're going to take what you get, right? Okay. So, don't wait to get some money to start. Start now. Start asking for what you want right now. And here is a little bit of there's a checklist, okay? Check this off if you want. Modify it to make it yours, okay? But get some kind of a roadmap, all right? Where you can, I don't know if you're like me, but my mind really rests more at ease when I have a bit of a plan. All right. Now, and when I say that, I mean like a written plan, like something written down. Okay. Not just like I have a mental plan, but like get it down on paper. That's the first step to making something intangible, like a thought, into a reality in this tangible world, is to write the thing down. Now it is tangible in some sense in this physical world. Okay, so you're already, if you want to be, like it's a little new agey there, but I really do believe that. I think that's the first step, is writing it, getting a written down plan. So if you want to start asking for what you want in life, then you got to write down what you want. I don't know who did that song. What you want, what you want, what you need, right? All right, write it down. Okay, here's just a checklist. You can change this, download it to your computer. Please download it to your computer, change it, make it yours. I first learned about real estate investing as a pathway to wealth and freedom. What day, in other words, what day were you sitting on the couch and you watched something on YouTube for the first time and you're like, oh, what? Real estate wholesaling? Okay, wait a minute. Let me check into this. Okay, write that down. You've already accomplished that. Are you committed to learning about real estate investing as a serious student on what day? Maybe you haven't. Maybe you should start today. I joined Justin's coaching club. All right. That's a shameless plug. All right. I finished Justin's course. Yeah. Okay. A lot of people, even in the coaching club, don't finish the course. And that should be a goal, everybody. I finished Justin's course. Okay. I scheduled and showed up for my first post-course study coaching call with Justin. Yeah. All right. Some of you haven't seen me in a while. Maybe it's time to hop back on the calendar and let me fan into flame a little bit for you. Some of those things that you were so excited about before, and maybe you've let them go a little. All right. You've written down long-term goals, short-term goals, and daily habits for achieving goals. Okay, well, that's probably a good idea. That's kind of what we're talking about right now. I created a quiet office space. I don't know what this is. According to office space, I don't know. This is a typo. Okay. Okay. There's something there. Edit this, make it yours. Okay. Did you create a quiet office space? All right. Looks like two got merged together somehow. Have you started creating motivated seller leads? Hey, if you don't know how to do that, by the way, I love to help people do that. Okay. I'm really, really good at getting leads. Okay. So it blows my mind. I had a guy sit in my office. I say I had a guy sit in my office. I mean, I had a guy on Zoom in my office last week before. Well, there's no motivated sellers on Zillow. Oh, okay, there's not. Okay. Oh, you're educating me, huh? Okay. All right. So anyway, yeah. So edit this. I mean, I get motivated sellers every single day. Okay. I got my shut up money on what day? Okay. See, it's important. You have a target now to hit. I cemented the process so it will repeat the wholesaling success. That's kind of interesting. I built up a safety nest egg and quit my day job. All right, now, so you can expand here. Stage 2 is about becoming a local king or queen of your pretty house niche there in your local market. Stage 3 would be developing a legacy. And I don't know how many people, but a lot of people I talk to say they want to build a legacy of wealth, which I think, means a lot of things to a lot of different people again. But I think legacy of wealth means maybe perhaps I leave an inheritance to my children or my children's children. Okay. That might be a legacy. Okay. I bought my family's first investment property. Oh, okay. And then we're going to create more of a portfolio as we move forward. All right. Stage 4, the elite status. All right. All right. Just putting that out there. Now, that seems like that's a long way off, but you know what? There's countless stories of people who wanted this entire thing that I just mapped out here for you, including the portfolio, including the net worth of $3 million, including freedom and all of that. Okay. In 36 months, 60 months. What are we talking about? 5 years? And now they're looking for a new labor of love beyond the money. I think that's where most of us want to be. I'm just guessing that most of us want to be involved in a labor of love beyond the money. Beyond the money. Just a thought. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Hey, this is the Saturday Shut Up Money Show. So I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here. It's great to see Sue and Carl and Coach Nick is here. Donald's here. James is here. Don is here. It's great to see you. I want to open up the floor and take some questions. And I also want to maybe perhaps jump into some REI reply things. I want to talk a little bit about process. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about numbers. This is a numbers game. Okay, boring people do really good at this game. I was talking about that the other day. Boring people really do good at this. You remember ever hearing me say boring is best? Yes, well, that's absolutely true in life and in love, I find. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. No. But it is best in business and investing. That is the facts. You have to be a little boring or conservative. Otherwise, you'll assume too much risk. Perhaps stay distracted with numerous opportunities, and you'll end up not being very efficient, and you'll lose money. Okay, that's how it works. And some of you are stuck in that trap. Perhaps. I bought this, I bought that, I'm at this course, I'm at Justin's now, I perhaps will be gone later, but I'm going to move on to something else, and I'll eventually find it. Okay, well, that's too exciting. That's too exciting. I'm kind of boring. Find the people you click with and click with them, That really goes a long way. I feel like you really learn a lot when you really do attach. And I'm not saying don't soak in everyone. You should soak in everyone, but I think boring boring people are successful in this business because they just want to do the simple, boring tasks without the distractions and the shiny object syndromes pulling them away every weekend. And that's all I'm trying to say. Okay. So if you're one of those people, great, great. I think you're going to do really good in this business. If you're one of those people that's easily distracted and you get pulled away, let me encourage you, try to find enough focus to harness 90 days of your life. 90 days, okay? To some I don't want to say coach or guru or something, but some process, some strategy. Whether it's co-wholesaling, lease options, owner finance, whatever it is, it's worthy of you investing 90 days of focus. Would you agree? If you would not agree, then it's probably not worth doing it all. Okay. I'm just going to throw that out there. Okay. I've had really, really good successes in sales. I've had really good successes in real estate. And the reason why is because this is something that I implement every time I'm starting a new thing. 90 days, put the blinders on. I'm from Kentucky. They run the horses with blinders on. Okay. So they don't get distracted by the other horses and cause a collision. Oh man, maybe that's a metaphor for us this morning. You know, if you don't have the blinders on, that's why you keep colliding with reality. Okay. So, you know, definitely get focused. 90 days, change your life. All right. So don't wait until you get money. Get started today. Let's talk about you. What do you got? What you got? Anybody got a question? Anybody got a deal you're working on? Maybe anybody have a role play you want to do? Anything like that? Anybody got any progress they're making they want to celebrate? Okay. All right. Everybody's so quiet today. It is early on a Saturday to be all real estatey. To be all real estatey. All right. I want to see if I can get into my REI reply here. And I want to share the screen. And we'll just talk a little bit about process here. And I also want to get my slick board out here and do some writing. So give me a moment. But let's talk about the process of doing this lease option creative virtual wholesaling that I talk about so much. Okay. I cannot find. Oh, there they are. Sorry, I'm looking for my napkins here so I can clean my slick board so we can take some notes here. So I want to talk about what it takes to get this done. All right. And then I want to show you how the REI reply plugs into that idea. Okay. And I'll give you pointers and make this real simple for you, things that you should be doing every single day. Okay. Things you should be doing every single day. We'll go over this. All right. So, man, where are all my markers now? All right. Well, maybe I won't do the slick board. Oh, here it is. Okay, great. All right. So, in order to do this, we're going to send out text messages. So, we're going to scrape for sell by owners, okay, which is what we're doing right now off Zillow. And we're scraping for sell by owners. We're getting somewhere in the neighborhood of 600 and okay, Connor says he's got something. Hold on, Connor, and I'll get right to you, man. We're doing somewhere in the neighborhood of 650 to 1,000 scrapes and texts in a week. Okay. I'll just be real honest with you. That's about 150 a day is really what you want to target. Okay. If you're doing, especially if you're doing 5 days a week. Okay. And that's how I actually set it up. I set it up to do 150 every day. I have recently backed it down because I'm getting too many leads. Okay. Now, I've been in some of you guys' REI replies and it looks like a jungled up mess. Okay. And that's okay, because it can get hairy. It can get away from you. Okay. It's almost like learning how to drive in a stick shift. Okay. There's a lot to think about there, right? Right? There's a lot to look at and a lot to think about all at the same time. All right. So we're going to get into that. I'm going to show you through REI Reply a little bit today and show you how I'm working through it and show you how I have mine set up and then what I do every single day. But the basis of the whole idea is to do 150-ish a day texts. Okay. Any day that you want to work, about 150-ish. All right. So when you do 150, you're sending out a message that's something like this. Hi, I'm Justin. Would you be, I saw your property on Zillow. I like to say that. I like to put the address in there too, by the way. Okay. Would you consider leasing and for 24 plus months, then we buy? Okay. Yes, no, maybe. Something like that. You can put in your own words. Please do. All right. Worst thing ever is that everyone thinks that my words are magical and they're not. Okay. So I change these messages frequently and you will want to change yours too. So get creative with the messages. Okay. Go in there into your workflows, into the outbound. If I've set yours up or in the campaign section there in automations, and you can edit the messages that are going out. Okay. So you can change it to be subtly differently, different than mine. Okay. And we can talk about that too if you want. All right. But sending out that message 150 a day is how many in a week? 600. How many in a week? That's quite a few. How many is 150 times 5? Somebody do the math for me. Nobody's able to do that. Man.
750.
750, that's right. 750. So yeah, somewhere between 600 and 750. Oops. All right. So that's what we're doing. And you guys are smart and you're always going to ask me the questions like, well, what about the for rent by owners? Okay. Yeah, for rent by owners are great. We can talk about that too. But the thing is the for rent by owners, when you get them off scraping solutions, not so good. Not what you want. Okay. Cause you're not going to get through to the homeowner. You're going to get a Zillow wall. Like they're like, what's your name? And you're like, my name is Nick. And it's like, okay, what's your email address? And then it's like, okay, my email is nick@gmail.com. And it's like, okay, well then we'll let the homeowner know. And if they want to get back to you, Nick, it's that kind of, it's just like, it doesn't work. Okay. So if you're going to do for rent by owners, you're going to have to do it some other way than scraping them from scraping solutions or somewhere. Okay. And when you do get some numbers, if you do get through, and I mean, when you get the numbers and if you follow the process and you get through, a lot of them are property managers and realtors. Okay? That's just facts. Okay, so we're going to do somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 to 1,000 in a week. We're sending out that message. We're going to get yes responses. Now, what we need to do is we need to pre-qualify these people because we're going to get all kinds of responses. We're going to get hell no. We're going to get F no. We're going to get please never call me again or text me again. We're going to get stop. We're going to get quit. We're going to get if I ever hear from you again, I'm going to come over and cut your head off. No, we're not going to really get that. I haven't gotten that one in probably a little over a decade. Okay. But I did get that one once. Okay. But they don't know where I live, so it's okay. They don't even know who I am. It was all just crazy talk. So not too worried about it. But you're going to get a bunch of no's. The good thing about REI Reply is it's going to filter a lot of that out for you. Okay. So you're not going to see it. Now, you're going to get a lot of maybes, and you're going to get a lot of yeses, those type responses. You're going to get questions like how much down or why don't you get a loan or how come you want to rent and then buy or would you prefer owner financing or there's a lot of questions that you may get in response to your outbound text message. But nevertheless, the task remains the same for all of them, no matter what they say. You have to pre-qualify them, okay? here's what I like to do. I like to send a text message that says, hi, I'm Justin. Okay, I've already sent the outbound message of, hey, would you lease and then sell? I'm sending a message that says, hi, I'm Justin. Is this for sell by owner? Are you the owner? Okay. And then so what I'm finding out here so far is hopefully the guy will divulge his name. Okay, at least his first name. At least I'm finding out if I'm talking to someone who says they're the owner at least. So that's nice. Okay. I'm also finding out by asking if it's for sell by owner, I'm finding out if it's on the MLS or if it's not on the MLS. Okay. It's a nice way of doing it. Then I'll ask this question. When will the property be available to be moved into? Okay. Or when will the property be available? It all works the same. All right. And you can do this all in one text or you can break it up, but this is what I've been doing recently. It works really well without a VA, without anyone doing any pre-qualification work. Okay. So that's the beauty in what I'm sharing with you right now is that there's no virtual assistant that you have to perform these tasks because REI Reply will do them automatically for you. Yes, you will miss the target sometimes. Yes, you will throw away a good lead. Yes, you will end up calling a bad lead sometimes. The system's not perfect, but it's really, really good. Okay. I read in the support tab of REI Reply that they are using Google's AI to analyze the text as they go in and out. Okay. That's pretty cool. So when I set REI Reply to filter out the negative stuff, they're using Google's AI, according to them, to understand if this is a positive or a negative lead and then either keep it or throw it away for me. So I'm getting a lot of leads thrown away. I do get some leads that come in that are also still bad. Okay. I have to throw them away manually. Okay. I also get leads that are really good. And it's like the system will tell me, hey, listen, these are good. These are hot. Call these. Okay, great. So it's nice that the REI Reply will filter. So I'm finding out, here's the text message again that I'm sending out. Hi, I'm Justin. Is this for sale by owner? Are you the owner? Okay. And then I'll say something like this. When will the property be available to be moved into? What am I doing there? I'm finding out what. Y'all help me think through this, gutsy. Think through this, gutsy. Why am I asking when will the property be available to be moved into? Why am I asking that? What am I finding out here? I'm getting quite a bit of information when they answer this question.
Time frame
And urgency. All right. If it's available right now, he might be hurting. Okay. If it's not available until the first of the year, we need to kind of find out what's going on. Okay. All right. But we are going to find out if we got a deal pending or we got something happening soon or if it's going to be long time waiting, and be honest with you, this happens. I have homeowners that say, hey, listen, I am interested in doing this, but I'm not going to be interested in thinking about really doing this until maybe February or March or January. They're the first of the year. Okay. All right, fine. I want to know that now before I get on the phone. So these text messages going out find out a lot of info for me. It helps me gauge this person's interest. So once that message goes out, hey, would you tell me when will the property be available to be moved into? That's the next question. Okay, now I know how much the purchase price is on Zillow, don't I? Because it's from Zillow. So I already know what he's asking purchase price wise. So the next question I really need to know the answer to is how much money were you thinking monthly for the 24-month lease? 24-month plus or 24 plus months lease is what I like to say. Okay. How much money were you thinking monthly? This is the biggie. Okay. This is the biggie. Because if they answer the question over text, $1,500 a month, $2,000 a month, $2,500 a month, well, we would need $3,000 a month to cover everything over here. Oh, they are telling me so much, aren't they? What are they telling me? Somebody, let's talk about it. What are they telling me when they answer the question monthly? What are they telling me?
The PITI?
Well, they're telling me what covers the PITI. Hopefully, yeah. So that's nice. That is a bit of information I can gather from this. What else might I gather from this?
If it'll work for us.
Yeah. If it's too crazy high,
Yeah.
it won't work
Because
for
you can
us.
analyze it before.
Yeah. So if they're wanting $3,000 a month, but I look on Zillow and it says the rental's estimate is like $1,250, something ain't right. I mean, it was like this person might be just screwing with me. Okay. So that's important. So I have found out quite a bit here so far. What else might I find out from asking the question, how much monthly? Anybody? There's more to unpack here. These questions are very loaded. Okay, I feel like.
Maybe if it's free and clear.
It's possible. It's possible. Okay. Anybody else with anything else that might come to mind? There's no just one answer here. There's several answers. That was a good one. Any others? Okay. The question is what are we learning from the answer when we ask the homeowner the question, how much monthly is comfortable for you? And he answers the question, what are we learning? We're learning more than just a number. We're learning something.
Whether they're toying with us?
Yeah, it could be whether they're just screwing with us. Maybe the number's way too high and they don't want to tell us no. They just want us to go away. And so they give us a ridiculous number. Maybe that's the facts. Okay. What else are we learning? Anything else? Okay. I'll let you know because this is really big for me. Okay. We're learning that this person understands the lease option question. Right? I mean, I don't know how many of you in here have ever gotten on the phone with a homeowner that was like not really open to lease option and you were trying to talk to him about lease option. It was like going nowhere. Yeah. Well, when you ask the question pre-qualifying and text how much monthly, if they give you a dollar figure, then you know that they pretty well understand lease, then buy. That's a pretty damn good lead. Okay. In my opinion. Okay. All right. So you want to pre-qualify these. Now, you can set up the REI reply to do some of this for you automatically. Like I said, you're going to lose, some good ones every now and then. You're going to find some bad ones every now and then. Connor, you still here with me, man? What's your question, dude?
Yeah, man, I'm still here. My camera doesn't work for some reason.
That's all right, dude.
But hey, I've got like this dilemma where I've got 4 lease option contracts, 4 different, like with 4 different sellers and all this kind of stuff. But when I go out to my buyers, not that I've got any, but like when I'm marketing to buyers, I just get tons of bullshit, like tons of it. And how do you like scrape through all that? Because I can get a VA in and automated and all that kind of stuff, but I still want to do them by myself so I understand it before I try to train anyone. So like, are you paying for Facebook ads, or are you paying for, like, are you boosting posts, or are you you're listing it on Craigslist? I've tried that, but it always gets removed or restricted. Like I violate some policy or something. How are you doing that? Because I got 4 pretty good deals, and I just can't get anyone for them.
Yeah. Well, there's a few thoughts I have about this. One is the tenant buyer side of the business is the worst part of the business, hands down. Okay, in my opinion, because there is just so many so many poor people. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And they just don't have the ability to, but they've got a story to tell, and they trying
Yeah.
to hook or crook a place to live because
Uh-huh.
everyone needs one. And it's just, you do get, you put it, it's so bad, everyone. If you don't understand, you put a rent to own ad on Facebook Marketplace, it's not unheard of to get 200-300 inquiries in the first week.
Yeah.
A lot of them, 99% of them, are like they don't even respond to you when you respond, or they haven't read the actual listing. They don't know what the price is, or even what the address, or where the neighborhood. They don't know nothing about the thing. It's just like talk. It's being like dropped into a random conversation with someone about some topic neither one of you know what it is. It's just about that bad sometimes. I get it, man. The only way to do it is hire a virtual assistant to do it, or you can automate this somewhat by going to places like tenantturner.com.
Okay.
They have the ability you could set up pre-qualification questions. Okay. You set up a listing over there. You can just copy and paste a phone number and be like, yep, when anyone inquires about your listing on Facebook, all they get is a quick copy and paste message. Great, thanks for your inquiry. If you're truly interested, give us a call at this number. Boom. Or text me at this number. Okay, and that'll be the number Tenant Turner gives you.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so, and then you can have some pre-qualification questions set up. You'll understand when you dig in, but tenantturner.com can help with some of this, all right? Facebook ads also will allow you to do this, all right? But Facebook ads cost $5 a day. Tenant Turner costs like $50 for 50 properties.
Right, okay.
Something like that, yeah. So it's like, if you've got 4 deals, it'll be all one money over there at Tenant Turner.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Yep. We had a guy on from Tenant Turner once, blew our minds. They took a hit with Facebook. Facebook is a nightmare, everybody. Okay, Marketplace is just a real difficult place to do business. Craigslist used to be that way. It still kind of is. So, but you can automate some of these things like that, and it will help. Now, let me give you the third method for everybody that doesn't have $50 they want to invest in this automation. Okay, that would be to go to Google Forms, okay, or to go to Woofoo, WUFOO.com, woofoo.com, or Google Forms, and build your own pre-qualification questions and get the link and share the link with the people that inquire. And that's and you don't talk to nobody unless they go through the funnel. You know what I mean? So those are 2 cheap ways to do it. You could also, let me see, VFlyer, like Victor, VFlyer.com. It will allow you to do a lot of the same type of things where you pre-qualify, or you have a flyer with the property details on it. You could share the flyer. They can apply through your channels, so on and so forth. Very much so. So, yeah, expand into one of those and see which one you like, man. That's my best advice.
Cool. Do you do like I don't know, have like not a website, but like a Facebook page for like buyers, like, you know what I mean? I've got like, you advertise yourself and you say, hey, I've got all these rent to buy homes, and people just kind of click through, go through the funnel and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I used to have a Google form attached to a website and all of that, but I'm here to tell you, man, that nothing that you're going to set up manually like that is going to best Tenant Turner, what they offer, V-Flyer, what they offer.
Gotcha. All right.
They're gonna blow your minds with what you get for the dollar amount. I mean, you can have inventory pages where you've got you know it's you can't beat
It's crazy.
it. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Cool.
So
cool. Easy. Thanks for that.
yeah, no problem, man.
Perfect.
So basically, to wrap that conversation up, what happens when you use V-Flyer or one of these other services is that you end up with basically a website for every property that you have under contract and for sale at the time. Okay. When you use one of those, I prefer the manual way, though. Be honest with you. Yeah, Sue.
I finished your course. This is not in your course anywhere, right? Because I just remember seeing that the tenant buyers, there were like 3 websites, and you said it was the easiest part. And now I hear you saying it's the hardest part.
Well, no, it's the easiest part for getting people to attract to your product, which is your rent-to-own listing. Okay. The hard part about it is that it's overwhelming. Okay. It's not that it's the easiest part in the sense that, hey, you had to send out 150 text blasts. You had to talk to 30 people before you got a contract. Okay, that's the acquisition side. The tenant buyer side is you put the ad up on Facebook, and in the first 72 hours, you had 157 inquiries. And now you have the chore of going through all of them and figuring out which ones are good and which ones aren't. Okay, that's what he's talking about. So when I say it's the easiest, I mean it's easy in the sense that they all flood to you, hard in the sense of managing it. Okay. So yeah, but you're right, and I should be more clear about that in the course.
Did I miss tenant? It's Tenant Turner, like Ted Turner.
Yes.
I don't think I saw that in the course.
TenantTurner.com. Yep.
Yeah.
I used to have TenantTurner.com in the course, but they dropped they used to automate Facebook posts. So they would put it on Facebook Marketplace for you. Or they would give you special tools to do so. And it was really cool. And then they lost that. So I dropped it from the course because while you use Tenant Turner, you still need to understand how to do the Facebook Marketplace and all that independent of Tenant Turner, because they may be on today and maybe next month not. I don't know. So that's the reason for that. Yeah.
So if I was going through the course right now, I haven't done this yet because I'm trying to get offers out. So I would put it on Facebook Marketplace and do Tenant Turner. I'm just a little confused.
Yeah. Yep. And Tenant Turner will syndicate to like 14 different places. Okay. Zillow Rental Manager is one of them, a bunch of others. So it really syndicates. In other words, it populates that same ad, that same property listing that you built to a bunch of different popular sites. One that's not included is Facebook Marketplace. Okay. So you'll have to do that one yourself. See, that's what I mean is Tenant Turner can do, they lost the Facebook. And that's what was so cherry about it. But it's still really, really good. Okay, so, but I didn't want to put it out there because everybody in the club here is looking for a way to not have to actually do the Facebook ads and screw around with all of that. And Tenant Turner is not a solution for that. They will help you automate that. They will help you streamline that. They can help you pre-qualify your tenant buyer prospects, but you still have to do a fair bit of this manually, but it will be better with them than without them, if that makes sense.
And if I do Tenant Turner, I don't have to use Google Forms or Woofu?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So I was given several options there. Yep. And
thank you.
Yep. V-Flyer, you would not need that either. Okay. So these are all separate ideas that you could accomplish the same tasks with in different price tags. Yep. I used to back a few years ago have a Google form. I could probably find it here and show it to you, and you could look at it, and it's pretty ugly, you know, but it was free
Uh-huh.
and it worked. Okay, so tenant buyers I would send them the link. They would go there. They'd be like, "Oh, okay." They would answer the questions, and then I would call them if they. One of the questions was, "How much money are you working with for down payment? 1,000 or less, 1,000 or more, or more than 1,000?" You know, I had several. It was one of those click the buttons, like everybody can pass the test because all you got to do is click a button.
Yeah.
Fill in the hole. And yeah, so I wouldn't even call anybody back or talk to anybody unless they had some cash. What's the point? That's the whole thing, right? Connor's upset because he's got 250 people in his message inbox and only one of them has money. Where are they? How do I find them?
Yeah. If you can find that, can you send it to me? Because I might have to do a little website that qualifies for an advertising platform that I'm going to be on. So that would be helpful if you can find it.
Yeah, I'll try to find it for you and send you a link to it. I'm probably embarrassed by it because it's so old school. I really
It's
recommend,
effective.
like, if you're gonna do something, I recommend the tenant turner above the others. vFlyer would be next. Woofu would be third. Google Forms would be last.
Okay.
Man, I should have warmed up my voice. La 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 la. No. You know how when you're at church and they invite you to come up and sing in the choir and you hadn't been warmed up or nothing yet, and you get up there and you start singing, you get that little tickle over and you can't stop coughing.
I had someone yesterday who had a really nice house. I did the preface of, "Hey, I'm a real estate investor, and if I just ask you a couple questions and blah, blah, blah." She said, sure. She was very nice. And then the first question I asked her was, is your house on the MLS right now? And she said, okay, we can close out this conversation right now. So I had to respectfully say,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what caused her?
Oh,
What caused her to say that?
I know. Does anyone else know? I know. Let's talk about it. That's a great question because we have to learn to analyze people, what they say, because
maybe a lot of investors have called her already.
No, I don't think so. Maybe, could be though.
She probably thought I was an agent.
Yes, that's it. Yes, you said, "Hey, is this on the MLS?" She's like, "Oh no, realtor." No, I don't want to put it on the MLS. We're done. Okay, so I like to phrase it like this: is this for sale by owner? Okay. Are you the owner? Am I talking to the right people? In other words, is what I'm getting at. And I have sometimes people reply and say, "No, call my realtor, Jerry." I don't want to call Jerry.
Okay. So I could rephrase that and say, this is a for sale by owner, right? You're not on the MLS. Am I understanding this right?
Well, when it's for sale by owner, it's by default not on the MLS, right?
Yeah, but we're supposed to check. That's one of our 5 questions.
I will take them at their word. If they tell me it's for sale by owner and they don't mention a realtor, then I just believe them. I'm okay with it. Because really, ultimately, that relationship's up to them. That realtor stuff. If they've got one they're trying to screw over or get away from or whatever they're doing, that's between them. I don't even know nothing about it. So
we just asked the question: is this for sale by owner? Period.
I like to say, is this FSBO? Question mark.
And that covers is this on the MLS? We don't have to ask that.
When you ask, is this FSBO, for sale by owner? If they say, they will normally respond, yes, for sale by owner, I'm the owner. Sometimes they'll say, I'm the owner, my name is James.
Yeah, and once you find out their names, you can also look up on their records of if their name is on the title on the house and their loans and all that stuff, and that should help you out a little bit too.
Okay, thanks.
I also like to volunteer my name in the same text message. Like, hi, my name is Sue. Is this for sale by owner? Are you the owner? You know, if I'm volunteering my first name, a lot of people will reciprocate with their first name. Like, hey, you know, I'm Justin, and the guy's like, fine, I'm not telling you who I am. That does happen sometimes, but most of the time, if Carl walks up to me and he's like, hi, I'm Carl, I'm like, oh, hey, I'm Justin. Right? Okay, because that's how you talk. Right? Everybody knows that. So it's kind of like a program thing. So when you ask the question, hi, I'm Sue. Is this FSBO? Question mark. Are you the owner? Question mark. When is it ready to move into? Question mark. How much monthly for 24 months before we buy? Question mark. Oh, that's all one big text message going out. But that was all the big ones right there. That's all loaded. If they answer all the questions, and they do in a lot of cases answer literally every one of those questions and their response, that is one heck of a good pre-qualified lead.
And you do that all in text? I thought we pick up the phone and
You certainly can
yes.
pick up the phone. Yeah, you can. I prefer doing it by text because I weed out people that I don't want to talk to. Yep. So I throw away people because when I ask that question, I'll say something like just exactly what I said. You know, would you consider, I mean, hi, my name is Sue, or is it for sale by owner? Are you the owner? When is it ready to be moved into? How much were you thinking monthly for 24 months before we buy?
And that's all in one text message after the initial text message?
Can be, yeah. Can be. I'm doing it all in one. Can be another.
Okay.
I get responses like, F off. Take me off your list. And I'm like, why did they say yes a minute ago? But now they're going mental. Not sure. I don't care. I don't want to talk to those people. I throw them away. Okay. I also get people who are like, no, it's on the MLS. Call my realtor. I throw them away. Okay. I also get people who are like, well, I might consider doing this, but we really need cash and we would prefer to sell outright. Okay, well then I don't care to talk to you then because you kind of don't want to do this already. Right? That's kind of what they're saying. So, totally, throw those away. So you're still going to throw away some of these. That's what pre-qualifying is about. Right? Pre-qualifying is not just to tee them up to close on a phone call. It's to find out if they're even worth calling. So you're going to throw those out, right? If they're bad, if they're good, you're going to keep them. What might be some good responses we would hear? Yes, my name is Justin. I'm the owner, right? It's available on December 1st, and we would need $1,650 a month in rent. Okay. Boom. That's a great response. What if he only answered half of that? Okay. All right. Here's a tip. If you want to, you can do this. Okay. And I like this too, and I'm doing this too. Okay. At the end of that text message, I put one more little phrase. Would you like to hear it? Okay. It is, or should we just talk? Okay. Because some people don't like to do all this damn texting. And so here's what I get a lot is call me. Call. Please call. Call now. Let's talk. I'd be open to talking about it. Okay. Great. Okay. I didn't really get any info, but this dude's saying, hey, let's just jump on the horn. Is that still a pretty good lead worth talking to? Probably. I think so. Okay. I think it is. All right. So I would definitely call folks that want to be called. Now, I want to share screens here again. And I want to share this REI reply with you. All right. So if you've had me set up your REI reply, it looks pretty similar to this. It may be slightly different, but that's just because I word things differently a little bit here on mine. Replied, sort these. So when a text blast goes off, you will find leads arrive in this first column. You will want to, you see this lead in the second column, there's a little bubble, message bubble, and a phone. You'll want to click the little message bubble. You'll want to look at the conversation that the machine is having with that person. This person said, call me, call me. Okay. So I've already missed the call twice. All right. So this guy's in the missed calls section, but if he were in the replied section, I would look at the conversation and then I would decide whether I want to drop him in the hot leads to pre-qualify him, or if I'm going to drop him over in the C leads and throw him in the trash. Okay. Now, once I throw him over here into the hot leads, okay, that's when I'm going to start sending messages like, hi, I'm Justin. Is it for sale by owner? So on and so forth. That message. Okay. I'm going to, when they start responding there, I'm going to go through there and I'm going to sort them again. And I'm either going to put them over here in the call to close list, or I'm going to move them over here to the trash can and throw them away. Okay. So that's what you do with the hot leads. You're pre-qualifying these. You're pre-qualifying them to see if you want to either move them to the phone stage of the process, or if you want to move them to the trash stage of the process. Okay. Now, once you have leads in the call stage of the process, then you need to call them. Okay. Right. That's how you do it. So every day you come in here and you do a little bit of sorting. You sort whatever's in this first list. You make a couple return phone calls in the missed calls list. You've sorted this list and put some in the hot leads, so you pre-qualify a few of these. You decided a couple of them were worth calling, you put them here, and then you either one, you text them and you schedule a time to call, or you just call them when you're ready. Okay. Left to right, like a book. The leads move left to right. Okay. So you can see I'm really only trying to talk to people that answer my questions properly. Because if I can't get good information out of a person, or if that person's not like, yes, call me, then they don't qualify for my time, do they? Not really. Not really. Okay, you guys have questions or anything? You have thoughts, questions, concerns? We've been here an hour. I want to wrap it up. Try to keep it at an hour, but if you got a question or something I can handle, I would love to help you in any way I can.
I have one if no one else does.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm full of questions.
Go ahead.
We just do that one document, and that's all for South Carolina, or well, for any state other than Texas and other ones that need an addendum, correct?
Yeah, you just need a lease option agreement. Yeah, the lease with the option, the option to buy with the lease terms. That document there, yeah. The document that's available there in the course or at the site there, shutupmoney.com. Yep.
And we calculate the purchase price by taking the one that they have on Zillow times 5%, right?
I like to do what's even more simple than that. And I like to take if they're close to the value and their asking price, that's great. I'll just add 10% onto it because I'm trying to do a 24 or 36 month lease. 10% is not that much in 2 or 3 years. So if it's 100,000, I automatically just, I've worked with a team for several years, and that's our default policy, everyone, just so you know. Unless I change it for the dispositions, guys, it's automatically a 10% bump off whatever I contracted it for. Okay, that's what they'll do. So that's how it's always been for me in the last several years. Is just a straight 10. I'll try to just throw 10% on it. So instead of doing real complicated math like I show you as the actual theoretical and the true mathematical way of doing it in the course, I show that. Out here in the real world, I'm throwing 10% on there and seeing what I can get.
What did you put in the course?
In the course, I show you how to determine what the fair market value is and then what the actual rate of appreciation is, and then project that out for the next 24 or 36 months, whatever it is. And so you get the actual real math on the deal. Okay, I teach that in the course, but out here in the real world, it's really as simple as, hey, it looks like it's worth 100,000. The guy is willing to do this for 103. Okay, great. I'm going to sell it for 113.
Oh, so let me clarify. The price that you're stating for the seller is 103 when it's 100, and then you're assigning it to 110.
I'm assigning it to a tenant buyer for 113.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've just added 10% basically on top. Yep.
Okay.
So that's really how quickly I do the math. You know what?
Okay.
And people are like, wait a minute, that's all wrong, because what happens in 24 months if it's not that right? If you didn't get the number right? Okay, well, first of all, I'm not the guy living in the house. I'm not trying to buy the house. I'm not paying the rent on it. So is this person comfortable with it? That's really who needs to be comfortable with it, not me. Okay. So if these two people want to be okay with it, I'm okay with it too, because I'm assigning my deal with his permission and walking away.
And they can always discuss it and say, we know it's not worth that. Let's adjust to another price and cancel this contract.
Absolutely. And they might have to. I don't have a crystal ball, but if you still want to sell and he still wants to buy, I'm sure y'all can come up with some way of getting it done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not here to read the future and make marriages last forever and ever. Hey, that's just tough. So, I'm here to do the best I can and make the best decisions I can with what we have at the time. But ultimately, these numbers play out in their lives, not mine.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
And do we tell the seller that, if things don't pan out, if we put it much lower and the housing appreciated a lot, you could renegotiate this? Well, no, he's forced to sell. Here's how
I ask the question. Okay, because you want to, instead of educating the homeowner, you want to ask questions that educate the homeowner. Okay, this is a great thing to teach yourself to do. Anytime you're talking to a homeowner, is stop educating them and start asking them questions that lead them to the answers you want them to have. For example, this is a great one. Mr. Homeowner, what would happen if the property, when they go to buy for this amount, what happens if the property doesn't appraise? I don't really care what his answer is. I've put the thought in his mind. Okay. It might not appraise. Well, you might have to do something. Well, what if it appraises too high, too low? I don't know. You might have to do something. Okay.
So that's inferring that you'll have to
inferring-
renegotiate?
Yeah, I'm just inferring that, hey, what happens? What happens? I'm inferring that there's a possibility that his numbers don't add up in 3 years. Okay, I'm just inferring that. Okay. I'm not trying to scare the sheesh out of him either, but I'm just inferring, hey, listen, have you considered what may happen if that house? Here's the answer I get a lot from homeowners. Oh, well, I'm not worried about that. I mean, houses around here have been going up in value. The neighbor's house over here on the side street, it just sold for XYZ. I'm not worried about this at all, at all. Okay, fine. If you're not worried about it, then I'm not either. Let's
They should be. They should
sorry. I'm sorry, James. You sounded like a robot, dude. We couldn't understand you, man. Sorry, dude. I don't know what. I wanted to hear you. I wanted to hear you. Was it like that for everybody or just me? Because I wanted. Yeah. Sorry, James.
So
All right.
now I understand why we're doing 2 years, because it's a larger number and it allows us to have a larger down payment. Bingo, right?
Man, if you could get 5 years or 10 years, you could just go crazy. Yeah. Absolutely. Isn't it a great business? You're making money on stuff that doesn't even exist yet. Right? You're pulling money out of thin air. It's great. And you know what? They're gonna thank you for it, because thank you, Christina. The reality is we are 4 million housing units behind in America. Okay. People are gonna be grateful to get into your property. All right. All right. Love you, everybody. I'll see you later. Hopefully Saturday Shut Up Money Show was okay. You know, it's a little, I felt like a little rusty, a little rough. I haven't done a Saturday morning in a long time. And anyway, thanks for being here, everybody. I appreciate you. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Carl.
It was very helpful. Thank
James,
you.
Don, thank you. All right. We'll see you soon. Hey, my calendar's open too, by the way.